is. It's really strong actually now to trade.
I don't know about this. Is this gonna work for them?
I don't know if I can. It's a risky play, especially into Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
Because they've got ways to get on you now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see this. I mean, this is going to be very exciting to see. You know, outsiders, they had a tough game 1. They've come into this game 2. They're bringing us definitely some fun here with the mid GPK Rubik. I mean, what are the big strengths this game that they're seeing for putting the Rubik in that high priority position?
He's got like the two first heroes, flat out. Sure, you can get punch hooks and stuff like that too, which also can be amazing, but you get like Spirit Siphons, you get Enigma spells, it's amazing. But now it's a DPU support, so those spells, they'll take more time to be maxed out. Because, you know, if you get like Aghanims and stuff like that, or even before that, double nukes is the dream for Rubik, right? You want like a Crypt Swarm, and then like when you get into the fight, you steal secondary spells, so you get like 3 nukes in a row. It's a support death profit, so we'll see what he's able to steal. Shrapnel can be good too, but maybe Laurel doesn't even get it early. Maybe he just opts to skip Shrapnel, and then Rubik can't steal that too, so could be tough. I mean, it's a risky play to go for this.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, and for obviously BetBoom, as you say, having the Death Prophet in the support position, it's something that we used to see being done. And you were saying yourself, you know, how you feel Death Prophet is just really strong all across the board. So still very much a hero that's completely viable regardless of the position.
Yeah, so my math was a lot. It's not 180. It's 150, level 1 just with Spirit Siphon. But either way, like look how strong it scales. Level 2. Like look at the damage. 300 damage Spirit Siphon. That's when you're level 3, and you get 2 of them. So it could still have same potential. Sure, as we said, the movement speed you lost like 50 or whatever in these last patches, but let's see if it does work. Because like on paper, you know, the damage. You look at the numbers of Spirit Siphon, you're like, okay, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Let's see. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge believer in. I always want to see the Rubik mid. I'm not a huge believer in it. But I'm just looking for some fun.
It's just it feels like one of those mid heroes that, you know, he'll do all right at the start. In the mid game, he'll make a few nice steals. But then he's a mid Rubik and it's 30 minutes. And if he doesn't get a big steal on an ultimate, he's just a Rubik and you lose.
Yeah, and if there wasn't an Earth Spirit, if there wasn't this like one of the best gap closers literally in the game, like the Marcy Earth Spirits, then maybe I could be like, okay, Rubik's got an okay way to distance himself. But there's an Earth Spirit. He's gonna go for him every time he's scored.
That's very true. He's gonna go for him. There's also gonna be silences thrown out from the Death Prophet. Rubik's gonna need a fair few items to be able to play the game and get the steals and execution that he wants to.
Yeah, and let's see what build it is, because I've seen the Treads Aghanims, Treads 4-staff Aghanims. Right now he's got Boots Urn queued up.
All right, he wants to be a killer. And let's see how that goes, because Sniper versus Rubik, I feel like that's not easy for the Rubik, right?
You can, it depends on how you have the lane positioning mostly, but you have good damage advantage. You just constantly fade bolt him and look at the damage you have over him. You have like, what, 11, 12 damage advantage?
I guess, but I mean, you know, Lyle's still going to have headshot.
Yes, of course. I mean, it'll eventually start to get a bit more difficult for GPK for sure. But it's not as bad as you'd imagine it to be. Like,
okay.
Albeit, I've never seen a matchup in this current meta, to be quite fair. But
let's have a look. These side lanes as well. Anything that's going to stand out as potentially strong here early on?
I'm just unsure. I'm waiting to see how the Death Prophet's going to do versus this Beastmaster. Seneko may be at risk of dying in some situations, but perhaps the Spirit Siphon will turn and he can actually not die. Top. I feel like Ramses is going to free farm, but it's going to be those denies. They shouldn't be able to clean up any Eidolons or get any kill unless a big mistake from Noticed. Because it's like an Undying and TB just walking at you. Tough to get extra denies though, without just Eidolons versus this Ramses TB.
Sure. Yeah. And of course, yeah, outside, you know, the Snapfire, I feel like a hero that I expected to maybe see a lot more than we actually ended up doing in this region.
Yeah.
What's sort of this going to offer for them? You know, why go for the Snap to finish things?
I think they wanted some extra damage early. Maybe they were thinking that they lack it. And if TB's not there, like I look at their draft, and if Rubik doesn't have a good spell, they have no damage. So maybe they wanted that to come in. I like this hero also. Even during DPC, it started getting ignored quite a bit, and I was very confused. I think this hero is actually super nice still, especially because it always feels like there's something useful to kill with Little Shredder too. But the new shard is really interesting, I gotta be honest. You hop really far. And it does scale, of course, as game progresses with Mortimer. Top, they're going for a dive play. They actually dropped Tombstone.
So they won't get noticed out of this.
No, and Roger just able to full commit. They don't even get the deny on Tomb. Nicely done. Throws the slap.
Double slap there.
Nicely done from Roger, noticed. And yeah, look at mid, right? You see how he's doing pretty well. It's just a constant fade bolt to keep that damage reduced.
Yeah, I'll just be interested to see how quickly that gap closes once Lyle has the levels.
Yeah, once he gets more points in the range, for sure, it does start to.
And then he's just going to be able to trade back easier.
And yeah, I really do. I think skipping Shrapnel is definitely the decision you want to do versus Rubik. So we'll likely see him just not get it till way later on. Bottom to Hawk free farming, doing a good job. They've actually been taking out a couple of the boars. Quiet start this time around.
I mean, do you think we will see movements to the mid from Roger?
I would hope so. I think he definitely can, because it's always, you know, you're playing with Enigma, self-sufficient, so Rubik definitely can get ganked. And also he wants to set up for runes, I would imagine, because you're playing with Sniper. He doesn't go bottle, so you want to deny the Rubik at least from some of them. But at the moment, he's just gonna focus more on top lane. Doesn't mean the GPK is guaranteed to at least get one of these water runes. Yeah, as you said, Laurel starting to get things back together here now that he's got the range and 3 points.
Yeah, I think from this point onwards, it just gets harder and harder for GPK.
Yeah.
In sort of Rubik versus Sniper.
Yeah, he also has raindrop as well too, so you absorb every single one of the fade bolts too. So yeah, now we'll see that matchup definitely change up. And we're actually seeing Hakoda. He's the one checking the rune. But Roger might just be able to roll in and snag it away. Just considering it as they deny bottom rune. Oh, he's just waiting. Oh, he walks right past him. Oh, that was so well played actually by Roger. He waited perfectly on the staircase.
I mean, he's just got the setup as well into GPK. GPK might be in trouble. I mean, Hakoda with the tombstone drop down will be able to stop Lau from being able to continue to commit. In fact, GPK is turning towards Roger, but the roll's back up.
The zombies, here they come.
They are chasing.
Uh-oh, the damage.
He might, ooh.
Oh my, he did the math. The frenzy. You gotta be careful for those frenzying zombies. 8 HP or 7 HP, I think he survived on.
See how things are going down on the bottom lane. 29 for 6 for Dahak so far. DM 22 for 11.
He's got Vanguard, so they couldn't bully him before. Now they most definitely cannot. Roger looking to get active, smoked up, getting some wards down. Maybe looking to play around bottom since he knows the Hawk is extremely strong. They do have kill threat. They're also maybe checking rune. We do have 6 minutes hit, so see what Roger's moves are going to be. Since last game, he was kind of the dictator of the pace of the game. Seeing a similarity. Spawn's top, but Laurel's already there. Ramsey's opting to go for jungle now. Not wanting to deal with these constant denies, I guess, of the Enigma top. So map is open for Betboom to make moves around for Roger then.
See if you can get the angle, Roger.
It's level 3 rot, so it's a ton of slow if they even get the kickback onto DM and push him onto the Pudge. But they'll scout Roger.
Yeah, DM unlikely to step too far up.
Yeah, they even put a pretty different ward from Yamich in the river there, just to watch if he is going to be rolling in, and they'll find the D ward. So. All right. Quiet. 0-0. Roger still lingering around mid. Laurel speed up the Midas, by the way, so he wants to get this scaling. He is playing that, you know, they do have this like dual carry with Pudge, but he's playing carry from mid lane. Yamich.
Might have a chance at him here. He's got the cookie, but Roger, he's got the gap closed. Rolls in, shuts him down. That'll be first blood finally here. 7 minutes in.
These two on point, just like last game. Playing together, these two supports. Blocking some camps as well already. Playing inside this triangle and looking to keep playing near the mid area. GPK, they might look to sandwich him.
Well, there's the lead in. Roger. Starting off the move, TP's coming in. I'm going to throw in a couple of TPs here to try and keep GPK safe and turn this around. Off towards Seneko. If the three of them can control him.
He's just gonna, is he really just gonna be able to walk away?
I mean, that
nuke,
space and a half there, forcing the
wow.
two TPs towards mid, and no kills to be found from outside. So they, of course, keep GPK alive. Also, Seneko's, he was also able to actually pick up the DD rune. So outsider's not even able to grab that.
I was gonna say also for Betboom, they went a little early. Laurel was really far away when they initiated, but somehow they just able to walk away. No points in lift, of course, because it's that mid Rubik, so limited ways to actually catch. Betboom chilling. All lanes, all the cores now at this point kind of self-sufficient. They want to still linger around mid, but look at the two supports just trying to find stuff to do. Looking around, Roger just trying to play some deep aggressive vision to keep tabs of the TB. And Seneko now just walking up top because he feels like the Hawk is probably just safe bottom. The Hawk even looking for hook plays bottom.
He's got him, and he's got TP backup coming in. As they're ready to make sure they can secure this kill onto DM, he's going to try and hide in the trees, but Roger's on top of him. As the Hack sets up for the kill, they'll also be able to farm the tombstone.
Easy,
Ooh, Roger.
Okay,
Roger
well,
will
Roger
die,
not so much.
But they'll take it. They'll
Huge.
certainly take that.
Yeah, instant rotation from the two supports. So the Hawk's probably just telling him, guys, I'm going to get this hook. Finds the angle. And it is Roar committed as well, too, so no Roar when he does respawn either. Betboom's early game again, looking really solid. TV still getting, of course, that free farm, but the 3 cores on their side looking really good, and they're starting to pressure towers.
Absolutely. 9 minutes, tier 1 tower taken at the top. Exactly what Notice wants to be aiming for.
Yeah, he's going to have this really early Wraith Pact again.
And here we go. We're going to see what the impact of the mid Rubik's early rotations can be. Smoke up from outsiders.
Let's see.
They want Lal. They don't really want Roger.
Uh-oh.
But they're not going to be able to get either. They tried to push on.
They want GPK.
I mean, GPK's got to run.
There's a punch here, too.
I don't know if there's any way out of this for GPK.
Oh, they got to start high-fiving him or something.
Clearing out the trees. And
they're stalking him.
There's no running for GPK.
Yeah, there's the high
five.
five.
Malefice is there. GPK is going down. I don't know. It just... I feel throughout all the craziness, the one sort of solid thing that outsiders have going for them is Ramses playing on the TB, hitting creeps. You know, because elsewhere, things are kind of starting to go downhill a little bit early again in this game, too, for outsiders.
Agreed.
Ramses has got to carry hard.
Ramses has to carry hard, and DM has to be very on point with his roars, especially versus this Enigma.
I don't know what this GPK Rubik's going to do.
I
it's
don't
just
know.
going to get completely outscaled with Lal on the sniper and a Midas.
Yeah, and he's also... He could even die to 2 supports. Seneko's 6, Roger's level 5. These 2 can actually kill him.
Yeah, the supports just destroy his game.
Yeah, they really do. And they're...
I mean, he's shown in mid. Oh my goodness, it's a good job he had the Tumbler's toy there, otherwise he would have been dead. He's got a bit of backup, but again, no real way for outsiders to sort of just set up and start an attempt at a kill on Betboom. Betboom can just walk away.
Yeah, some major concerns, really. Yep, Midas done. So, onto the farm. As if you haven't been to Hawk Bottom, they get a Roar. Pre-Flesh Heap. Okay, they'll get him this time.
With the kisses. And he's going to heal up a little bit with the Dismember. But will still die, so a good setup there for
Seneko.
And with the chase and the slow, Seneko should be in trouble as well. Siphon heals at this point, not enough to keep him alive. So a good opening there that outsiders abuse and now can push the tier 1 tower themselves.
Yeah, I think it's for outsiders now, you know, as much as you want to play around GPK too much, play around your Beastmaster when he has Roar. You know, DM's still very strong if they do come to this lane. Can't underestimate this dominated creep on a Beast. And yeah, continue to watch GPK. He's just, as we said, they switched the roles up because the DP support, he has low-level Crypt Swarm, so the spell steals are not the most valuable.
There we go. Get the lift up onto Lal. With the burst, and even using the cookie to just get GPK away. As, look at the turn. We'll be able to turn with a stolen Dismember, but the Hack still got the original to catch GPK, take out the Rubik. Now with the Malefice over towards Hakoda, they should be able to get another. We'll see. Yamich trying his best to push them back, but he cannot protect his Undying.
Oof. He's really feeling just like a straight liability at this point. They try to go for the gank mid, and it actually turns into them ganking themselves almost.
That's happened a couple of times now.
Yeah.
And now into the Pet Boom, they're going to go for the Roshan.
I really think it is a lot because of like these little, like, it's the big brain kind of things. It's these little swap arounds. Taking a carry mid that doesn't get any spells, and then you put Death Prophet, the spellcaster, in a support role. So yeah, Rubik, his spell still, he has level 2 Crypt Swarm, and that's like the only thing he can steal this game. He gets a Dismember, but for what, right? So really clever stuff from Betboom. It's now just a 13-minute Roche with this lineup. So yeah, pressure on Ramses and DM for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Ramses has got quite the game ahead of him. And so far, the farm's good. Top net worth. Will be on track for a good timing on the Manta.
Yep, and he's got auras as well too, right? He's got the Beastmaster that is going to be always amping him up, and he's got heals and stuff like that, so he is still set up for success. But a lot of things he does have to go through. It's the Huck. Trying to get an angle again. He finds him.
And he's got it. DM having to use the Roar in an attempt to get away. Movement speed will be enough to get him out of it, but that's Roar down.
The Huck on point. Hitting all these hooks. Has to make sure he covers Hook. That's one of the, of course, best spells that could get stolen. A little far up. They're committing.
Kisses, first few will be off the mark. Final few coming in, bringing Dahak down low. He's still alive.
Still
We'll be able
alive.
to get the fleshy pop again. So it's taken a lot of effort to try and bring him down. Outsiders, they're having to retreat, but they cannot escape. They'll lose both supports, and Dahaki won't even go down the once. He's still alive, and they'll still be able to play on with 4 minutes left on this Aegis.
Oh boy. Very bold attempt. I mean, very lacking of damage. And what we're seeing, I mean, we are seeing why they picked the Snap to try to have that damage, but they're really still just lacking so much of it without having much of a mid-hero, it does feel like. I gotta be honest. It doesn't really apply too much. Feels like this glorified support almost. And he's falling further and further behind when he doesn't get any of these kills.
Invisibility.
That boom. Oh! Hakoda tries to go for maybe like a smoke and to put some wards down, but noticed was Invis on top of him. Noticed. He's holding a lot of skill points.
I was going to say, he's got a skill point to drop in Black Hole, right? Yeah. Was under that sentry, though, so Ramses knows to get out of there. Ooh!
It
Oh,
catches
that's
again.
a lovely one! Oh, that's a lovely one there. Dahak getting the angle to catch a retreating Ramses.
What a boss.
That was a top-tier hook there from Dahak.
And they probably think there's a ward high ground, but his supports are probably like, guys, I sentry the area. Like, there's not a ward there, but it's actually up north. Caught a glimpse of him.
Indeed, but predicting the line he'd be stepping in.
Yep.
Very, very good hook there from Dahak.
Roger. He's got a Ghost Scepter already. And he's going back in.
He certainly is. TPs are coming in. DM looking to be in a whole world of trouble. There's not a lot that GPK could do to help out. DM will turn with the Roar, but he's been caught by the Malefice. They'll jump him up to the high ground. Hook. It won't catch DM, but it might not need to do. DM's trying to TP out. He's going to die. Dahak tries to finish off Yamich, but Yamich will be able to TP with no further cancel in play. GPK attempting to turn things on towards Roger, but Roger's got the Ghost Scepter back up. He's just sort of teasing these two, keeping them interested so the rest of Betboom could come in and finish off the kill. Roger still alive, turns around, gets to silence the Sloth, does die, but he's set up here for his team to get the cleanup. Roger there, giving his life to set up for further kills for Betboom. GPK tries to hide in the trees. They'll drop a Black Hole for him, setting up onto the Rubik. Mid-Rubik dead and out of the game. Kisses, will it get Seneko? Not quite. Not enough connections, maybe with the blast. Yamich really wants to go for this, but he has to be careful. Dahak's in the neighborhood. Seneko healing up off the creeps. I mean, Hook and Dismember's going to be back up in a second. See if the outsiders can really poke back here.
Oh, and that was... I mean, Roger is playing out of his mind. Did you, like, you saw them chasing the Beast? I'm watching Roger the whole time. He literally just stood on GPK. He wasn't casting spells. He was standing in his face, just, like, walking along with him until he sees the opportunity to get all the rest, like, stuns and controls and silence. He baits him super hard. Sure, he dies, but absolutely worth it. What a play.
Oh. See if Roger can catch anything here. I'll try and take control of the triangle.
And Roger, he came here to win like super hard today, honestly. His Earth Spirit has been flawless in every single game they've played.
Absolutely. And it feels like that, maybe it's sort of an insult to Roger if you're going to see how well he played in game one and then pick mid Rubik against him. He's going to be like, all right, I'm just going to completely destroy you with the Earth Spirit. And it's certainly been the case. I mean, GPK, he's just falling completely out of this game. This mid Rubik experiment seems to just have gone wrong completely so far for Outsiders.
Yeah, I really think the small, like little adaptations, as I was mentioning, you know, putting the sniper mid really changes the whole entire idea of what spells the Rubik's ever going to steal. Whatever he's ever going to have. Yeah, he's got Vessel, but yeah, that's like, it feels like this like really over-farmed 4-position support in a way.
I mean, and how farmed even at that, because you can see, you know, Seneko, he's catching up. You know, really another bad fight, and suddenly GPK is falling down in the realms of the support farm.
Yeah, and I mean, Laurel is massive with a Midas that will continue allowing him to scale versus the TB as well. Almost Ags finished on Dahak, 3 parts on the way there. And yeah, just continue to feel damage lacking. Ramses, as we said, really has his work cut out for him.
He really does.
And it's not that easy versus a sniper as a TB.
See Roger. He's got the setup onto DM. DM tries to turn with the Roar. Already, Seneco's on top of him. It's proving to be another awkward fight for outside of the hooks there. Dahak's able to grab in GPK. Still pretty healthy though this time around. Dahak actually opts to TP out and he'll make it away. There's nothing to put a stop to that. A turnover was noticed instead, but still to the side. Look how much damage Lyle's doing. Lyle's just peeping in at the side as the sniper, taking them down one by one. Triple kill for him. Only Ramses and GPK left alive. And of course, Roger, he's still there up at the front rolling and finally dies. Can these two deal with Lyle? They're going to try and turn and take him out with the lift and the damage of Ramses. They can. Ramses is here and he's ready to carry. Ultra kill for the Terrorblade. Maybe Ramses can get the job done here solo.
And GPK did live the whole fight too. He actually got like 3-4 Fade Bolts off somehow. That was pretty impressive. Did you also, by the way, did you look at Laurel's build? I'm sure it was pointed out by the camera a couple times, but he's got 044 stats.
I like it.
Just all stats. 0
See,
shrapnel,
that's what I do.
0 assassin.
Hey, you don't want him to steal the shrapnel, you know?
Exactly. That was kind of cool. A huge fight. The Tombstone survives, I think, through like all of it. So, Bet Boom on full retreat. This time we see the summons and the kind of zoo coming into play there from Outsiders. Dahak. Set up for him? I don't think so. First good fight for Outsiders. Ramses at the top of the board now.
See if Ramses can do it.
It's really important that he got the last kill on the sniper too, because it looked like it could have gone either way for a second. But the fact that if GPK wasn't alive, like Ramses probably dies there, but able to get that final cleanup.
Dire are scanning.
Very needed. Because now what's he actually opting to go for? Just the Scotty. That's what I figured. So Scotty, I think he might need a blink at some point afterwards.
Just get on top of the
sniper. Yeah. But this is going to be really nice, at least versus the Pudge. He's going to tank up as well, too. And even versus that Death Prophet, they're not going to be able to run away from him.
Of course, that last fight was with the Black Hole on cooldown, so a huge missed ability that BetBoom didn't have to play with in that last fight. That'll be up now. And of course, Dahak, full Ags.
I think it was also like the Helm of Overlord timing, as well as like the Tombstone being in the river and all that. It was a good chunk of things being combined. DM also Blink Dagger, so maybe you can get the initiation roar. And he also should be able to cancel Black Hole pretty much every time. Not an easy Black Hole game versus East River.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
See BetBoom setting up for action top.
Roger, always there.
Yeah, gets the angle, gets the opening, kick back into the hook. That'll be DM gone.
Should be able to get the dragon as well, too. A lot of gold. Aghanim's done. An extra 1,000 gold as well.
See Roshan. Minute and a half until that's up. Definitely a high likelihood the BetBoom could just walk in to take it.
Definitely a high likelihood that that's where the next big battle is going to kick off as well, too. So Scotty is done, as we said for Ramses. And GPK has something to at least protect himself now with the Blink Dagger. And hey, there's still the thing is about this, it always has like
Radiant are
massively high
scanning.
potential. If he does get a steal on Black Hole, if he does get like an exorcism. Gem for Dahak, wanting to take out the Hawks from the Beastmaster.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There we go, smoke time from Outsiders. Fulmiona done
Dire's
on
top
Lal.
tower is under attack.
So let's see. Roger.
Whoop! It's going to be safe for now.
That's
Look to the
Kisses
side.
and Tombstone.
And they're out of range of the Kisses, so the Kisses not to be done to too much effect, or if any
Oh,
at all there.
And 30 seconds for Roche. That's a pretty big deal that they committed those 2 spells. The Hawk's just chilling inside the pit, waiting. He has a gem, but he doesn't actually see this Hawk that is watching him. God, to hack the Hawk, I love it. They see him in the area. Roger wants to check this cliff back out. They're going to take the ward out and can potentially just go for Roche. They know there's no tomb,
they
no
can just commit
kisses.
for this, yeah. They're going to take it down very, very quickly with the ghosts and the damage now from Lal.
Laurel, you got to use that dagger of Bristol. Come on, you kill faster. Hawk is scouting it, but Outsiders, yeah, not wanting to contest without their 2 big team fight abilities.
The Radiant. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All right, there we go. Sniper has an ability now. He's got the shard, so he's got concussive.
Oh, he actually took the shard as well. All right.
It's really good versus Ramses.
That's true. I mean, how long's the disarm last on that? That's
It's at 3 seconds, I believe.
Invisibility.
yeah, that is very nice.
And it just lets you distance yourself and stuff like that, too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
3K lead. As we said, GPK still continuing to be pretty far behind, but if he can get good big spells, could still
Sure.
obviously see the fruition of the hero.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, if he gets a black hole steal,
Yeah.
5-man black hole, suddenly the hero's completely
It's
worth
super
it.
worth, exactly. But it's, you know, Roger, it's going to be on him if
Yeah.
he's able to get on top of this Rubik in every situation, so. Outsiders, they're feeling strong now, grouping up. They do have their ults back available, the Kisses and the Tomb in particular. I always call Tomb ult, whatever. It's pretty much the ult. Seneko about to hit 12, so level 2 Exorcism is online now also for the side of Betboom, which also means, though, could be online for the side of Outsiders if GPK is able to get his hands on it.
I mean, is that sort of like how the list of sort of priority will be for GPK's focus, where you're looking at black hole and then exorcism,
Yeah.
that above everything else in these fights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Hole's very unlikely, but you can hope. Exorcism much more likely. Still tough, of course, because the instant spirit siphons and all that, but. And yeah, we're seeing Noticed, of course, cannot build BKB this game. He's going for Lincolns to try to
Dire's
counteract
middle
those
tower is
single
under
targets.
attack. Dire's
the push from
structures
Betboom.
are fortified.
And of course, Laurel, he has to start taking abilities, unfortunately. He's ran out of stat points on. Has to take the ult.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, still rather that than the shrapnel.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't
it's a good ult anyway, whatever. Like,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
DM was
GPK.
finally able to get the tier 2
Radiant's
bottom.
top tower
they have a really good ward right here. Betboom has a pretty sneaky one. He saw GPK for a second. Won't quite get him.
He'll settle for Hakoda instead.
Radiant's top tower is under
GPK showed himself. Roger's
Yes.
probably just going right for him.
I was it was as if GPK felt that he could maybe help out here, but no, he certainly has to keep running.
Ramsey's getting bigger and bigger. BKB's done. Daedalus then Blink looks like what he's going to go for, so maybe just wanted to continue protecting himself and then getting a bigger damage before he blinks into the face of a sniper. So we need some push started too, bottom. Might lose the Ancient for it.
Yeah, I feel like they've cleaned up quite a few ancient creeps that have been
Yeah,
sent down the lane to them.
it's pretty much a hero kill every time. BKB about to be finished for the Hawk, so a lot more liberty in those fights. But the Aegis doesn't look like it's going to be used for at least like a team fight. 1 minute and a half left on the Outsiders. Splitting up the map.
And yeah, we see Ramsey's build going for the crit and then going for the blink. And then he'll be fully ready to go. Because I guess that really is what sort of sets the difference in the matchup between TB and Sniper, right? If you can get on top of the Sniper, you're going to have a great time. If Sniper's able to keep his distance and shoot away at you, you're going to have a rough time.
Yeah, and it's important that he has BKB for it, because otherwise, if he blinks in, the Sniper just concusses, and then he's, you know, he's screwed. GPK. Oh, Roger.
Ooh, right. Nearly finding him again there.
They had that high ground ward placed up. They saw him for a second. They're moving
smoking
over,
up.
too.
Yeah, looks like BetBoom won't stick around here. The scan actually just missing Roger. So they won't expect Roger to still be hiding up here. So unlikely to look for him.
Will Roger show himself? Lincoln's is done now on Enigma. This could trip them up.
Definitely looking for a fight here.
Dahak is in. He's invis.
He's going to be able to set up and potentially just go straight away onto Ramses with the Dismember. They'll cookie Ramses off the side, gives Ramses a chance to put the BKB, turns towards Dahak. Dahak, 10 seconds left on the Aegis. So he does not mind dying here before that expires. And there we go. Dies with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Roger,
on it.
he's deep.
He's trying to sort of just draw their attention off the side. He has the Ghost Scepter to buy more time. He's able to actually roll over as well towards the end. Hooked to the side. He's still alive, Roger.
Dahak's
He's actually still alive. He'll be able to get out. Now Dahak's able to move in onto Yamich. Yamich will die. Notice, focusing Ramses. There's the black hole. GPK goes for the steal. He's able to grab it. That'll give the chance to Ramses, but no, it doesn't matter. Lal from the sidelines just shooting in. Has the damage. Dahak's got the hook on the GPK. GPK goes down. Nobody's dead on BetBoom.
Oh
Nobody's dead. And Outsiders, they'll lose 4.
Wow. I mean BetBoom
Roger,
is...
it's just, he's in their heads. This Earth Spirit, he's just, he knows when to go in and then more. He just pushes his hero to its complete limits, and they can't even kill him.
And it's his itemization. It's genius. Like the first item, Ghost Scepter, right? And then into Force Staff. I thought for sure he was overcommitted. He gets lifted. It looks like he was going to die, but survives. And then his whole team gets the backup. Beautiful hooks to Hawk again. Even the friendly hooks and the enemy hooks that he's able to land, like it's been perfect.
They're absolutely crushing it. We'll see it again here where Roger goes in. I mean, you said he's sort of off the screen in the midst of the whole team. He went right for it. But then with that combination of the hook into the force downs and low ground, they keep him alive. And at this point, you could already tell the Outsiders, they were starting to scramble for a way to turn this. Now, GPK finds the black hole steal opportunity, but it just doesn't matter. And even Notice surviving. He got so low there to the illusions of the Terrorblade. But they couldn't kill him. Back in action. When BKB's being used by Ramses, Dahak will look him down for now with the Dismember. Lal will fall, but the BKB from Ramses is going to come to an end. So Roger rolls in silence into the boulder kick. That's Ramses out of the game for a minute.
The Tombstone is going to push them off from the base for the moment, but a massive kill again. Laurel does die at the same time, but maybe they get to Hawk.
I mean, Roger's ready to go back in. Kiss is back online. Be able to finish Dahak, so they can finish more. Seneko also to drop. See them chase down Roger. They've had enough of this Earth Spirit. They want to be done with him. He's got the Ghost Scepter, but he will finally die. So Outsiders able to pull together defense despite losing Ramses on the high ground.
Didn't have to use any buybacks either, and they're going to recover Gem. So a pretty solid hold. I mean, they'll lose Ramses, which is kind of the biggest deal, but at least getting some pretty good kills here up the chase away. They didn't pick up the Gem yet.
Where have they seen it?
I don't know, actually. There's a Hawk literally standing on it, but Laurel was really deep in this fight. He had Satanic, so maybe he thought that he could stand his ground, but gets turned on. The Gem is still there.
Are they going to recover it themselves, or they're not?
I see a courier. Look at the Hawk's courier flying
it's
top. Oh, the creeps see it. There's couriers flying everywhere now.
I mean, now, yeah, okay, they've got it. GPK.
Okay.
Oh, I know. He's just getting it, sending items to himself.
Oh my! If they can recover this
Actually
gem,
gonna get
oh
the gem
my
back.
God!
No,
Look at the
they'll
courier.
see it.
Look at the Hawk's courier.
I mean, surely someone's going to pass by here on Outsiders.
Secret Agent the Hawk. Look at him go. He's gonna get it. Are you kidding me right now? The fight's going on in the
Oh,
meantime.
yeah, back
but
in action, Roger. He's rolled in. He'll grab a DD. He'll try and roll out, but he does get blocked off it. So this time, Roger, no escape.
But he steals the DD away from Ramses, and they recover. I cannot believe they've recovered the gem. That's a pretty big deal. When you're playing versus Beastmaster, they keep their gem after that kind of turnaround.
Did they just not know that
Laurel.
they'd bought it in the first place? Or?
Probably just so focused on so many other things in the game. I mean, wow, pretty big deal. They have one of their own. I guess that might be why.
Still a minute left on the respawn.
Radiant are scanning.
There's your blink on Ramses.
Okay, there we go. Now he can actually, he has to get on the sniper, because as we saw, like you were mentioning, a GPK. Arl is always keeping himself at a distance, that he's going to be outside of that, even if it's stolen. Big Roche. 40 seconds.
All about whoever gets to pop off more in these fights, Ramses or Lal.
Yeah, can they find Laurel is the big question.
Yeah. I mean, Lal, yeah, Lal's going to have the BKB here. He can buy this.
His
Not
damage
using
is
the
still
Midas,
very-
though. Come
He
on,
did not.
Lal.
I was going to say the same thing, Laurel. There we go. He wanted to be fancy, concussive into it.
Here we go. So, yeah, full BKB out for him.
Okay.
Of course, won't do too much if Ramses gets on top of him with the Skadi hits and such. It'll still be hard for him to separate from the Terrorblade.
He's going to be... He can't just stand toe-to-toe with TB. He needs to rely on his teammates.
But, yeah, if he can keep distance from the TB, definitely going to be able to shoot down everyone else during his BKB.
Outsiders all together. Bepum.
The Hack's trying to start the action off.
They're trying to force the BKB of the Hack, but he'll hold it. You see Roger. Roger.
I mean, this is his favorite cliff.
This is his
And
favorite
again,
place.
well, the cliff where he baits out Tombstone, but
Roar.
DM's going to go in. Look
It's
at the
lead.
Roar. He's going to be able to grab him.
Middle tower.
He's going to be able to save him. Nice defensive moves there from Dahak. They did use the BKBs as well, though.
Everyone did, though, right? It's 2 for 2 BKBs. Yeah.
They're still chasing Roger here. They really want to try and get him, but he's so slippery.
How does he keep getting away with this?
He's such a nuisance for outsiders. It takes so much to kill him, and even then they don't.
The big thing also, though, for outsiders is really that they use meta. So we did have a double BKB exchange, a Roar exchange, but Roar and meta are used for outsiders, while Betboom, they committed nothing. Besides those BKBs, of course. They still have every spell available.
I mean, can they pop Ghosts and just go into the pit then? Or is that still too risky?
I don't even know if... I'm being like a little silly. I don't know if they even saw the TB pop the meta, to be honest with you,
He
'cause
was
it's
kind of
such
up
a
on the
weird
high ground. I
position.
think there's a chance they didn't.
Yeah, I think there's maybe a small chance they did not see it. But they're going to start threatening it at least. So maybe they did. Daedalus now finished also for Ramsey. So, I mean, he is going to kill heroes unbelievably fast.
Radiant's middle tower.
BKB is done unnoticed as well, so
Now he's got...
even easier time.
Yeah, now he's actually got a lot more freedom.
Yeah. And who's taking this Ags?
Radiant's middle tower.
That's a good question.
Maybe even maybe Roger.
Their spirit. Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
give
do
it a Roger,
Radiant's
dude.
bottom tower.
The cheese, though.
Under attack.
Oh,
No, they'll get it. The hack pinged it. He knew.
meanwhile, back in the bottom lane. Push coming in from outsiders will allow them to kill Seneko, but outsiders will have to back off from this. And Roger
Roger.
with the chase. Oh, he's looking for this.
He has an axe. He can get the kick, perhaps.
Radiant's bottom
See what he can
tower
do. A BKB from Ramses. Got the blink as well.
He's still going.
He really is. Roger's not going to slow down on this chase. He
went
knows
right,
there's
though.
no tier 1 tower. It's kind of difficult for the rest of outsiders to get to Ramses.
Can't quite. And now they're pinging top. They probably have to address the push.
That's another BKB charge.
Radiant are scanning.
Looking forward to some kickback plays. Now they even have also 2 different ways to save people, right? They have the Enchant Remnant, they have the Pudge Dismember. Also, people do get gone on, so multiple ways to at least save the TB or if the Roar goes onto a target.
Because when you turn him into the stone, like how far back are you kicking him? If he's trying to push the base, you're pushing him under the tier. It's pretty far, right? If you kick him.
It's unbelievably far, yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I think, close to like 2,000 range.
So like you're kind of, if he's hitting the tier 3s, you're kicking him up even past the ancient kind of.
Radiant's
Yeah, you're
Up
kicking
to
like
the
2
ancient.
ancients if he's
Yeah.
at the tier 3s.
So that is quite the terror for Ramses to push into.
Yeah, it has a lot of different plays that you can do with it.
Yeah.
Saves, you can initiate, you can save yourself when you initiate. So Roger could even play even more aggressive with the way that he commits in and then just stones himself and kicks himself out too.
Absolutely, yeah. So having those two hard saves for Lyle is going to be great, from
Yeah.
Roger and from Dahak. 2 ways to bail the sniper out if Ramses does manage to get on top of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing more itemization coming. So Seneko going Lotus Orb. They're trying to protect, of course, versus that Sunder, reflect the roar.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, cutting waves.
Dire's
Might get
middle
caught
tower
here
is
for it,
under
though.
attack.
Noticed? Does he just BK? Does
Do
he
you black hole for this?
He's tempted. Nice from DM. A very fast
All right,
halberd
he's
into
out,
roar.
yeah.
That was perfectly done. Breaks the Lincolns and then gets the roar off. Look, Scoutsiders want to kind of avoid fights until this Aegis maybe is gone.
Sure. I mean, would they have wanted to drop the black hole for that anyway, or did you not really need to or want to for just a Solar Beastmaster at this stage? Because then you don't, you've not got a refresh or anything in this build, right? So it's a long time where outsiders would. I guess you're still covered by the fact your sniper still has Aegis, so something
I
that
think the
outsiders
Aegis,
don't want to fight
that's what
into.
I was thinking.
Sure.
I think with the Aegis maybe it's okay,
Yeah.
but either way, I mean, now they have it for the push, so it could even be better that he didn't use it.
Dire are scanning. Dire's
There we go.
middle
Let's see what
tower
outsiders
is
can do on the
under
defense.
They got to react to it eventually soon.
attack. Dire's structures are
TP
fortified.
cooldown for DM. Yamich starting getting his own split push going top.
Radiant's
Roar,
top
they find
tower
Roger.
is under
It's
attack.
tanky though.
I don't know if they can kill him. He's able to put the Ghost Scepter. TP's coming in. DM, again, having to roar and run.
A couple roars being wasted, and now they might get the wraparound on him.
Oh, yeah, Dahak. He's on top of him. The BKB will come off, but they have to just remember, Ramses is here as well. I don't know if Ramses wants to do anything. I think he needs to hide and get out of here. DM will be caught there with a hook. No TP out for him. Ramses just got to hide in the trees.
Up top also, Rogers already on his way.
Radiant's top tower
Saw
is
Yamish
under
getting the split
attack.
push going. Will he find him? He's still checking tree lines. They're expecting a ward on there.
Radiant's courier has
They'll see him
been
now.
killed.
Maybe Roger might have the chance to get an angle if he wants to.
He looks spooked. He looks like
Yeah.
he expects others to be behind him.
Yeah, I guess he assumes that like GPK's near.
Yeah, he's checking to see if this ward is up here now. It's not.
Might be tempted to go now.
His team is connecting.
Gonna start things on Yamich. Malefice as well. Yeah, GPK's just gonna have to bail out on Yamich.
That's a
this will
gem.
be the gem.
Yeah,
And
that's a pretty good
I
one.
don't think Betboom's gonna miss picking this one up. They know
No,
it's
I
there.
don't imagine so. Roger already preemptively dropped his cloak into his backpack, so. Level 18 now for Roger also, once he finishes up this tome. So, I mean, the Magnetize is also, it's got him buffed. You have a talent now at 15 for it. His damage does add up in fights if he gets ignored too. It's versus the non-BKB heroes in particular. Spell Prism of their own for Noticed. 7K
Satanic.
lead.
For Ramses.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the
Dire's middle tower is
real
under
test
attack.
of whether he can carry this.
Is he just going to get black holed with the BKB? Will they not be able to stop it? There's lots of questions to be asked.
Radiant are scanning.
Also, looking at his itemization, he doesn't have True Strike on this Terrorblade, and I see Laurel's next item choice. He's got the Butterfly queued, and it's not really slots available for Ramses. He might have to actually sell something once he sees that.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah.
You might have to sell Manta, and then you go Swift Blink and MKB or something along those lines.
And that probably is the most disposable item out of your
Yeah.
your,
I mean-
your inventory so far.
Dire's
Doesn't need to
top
do it
barracks
yet,
are
but,
under
I mean, he'll
attack.
see Laurel very soon pick up one of the pieces.
Yeah, I imagine Lyle won't reveal until he's got the full
Yep.
butterfly ready though.
Yep.
He'll be smart about this.
For an opportunity. Rubik now has Aghanims also finished. After, I think, actually some time now, but Aghanims with Kaya and Aetherlens. So he's hit the peak of core Rubik now. Well, peak is 25, but this is one of the peaks.
Roger should be dead. There's no way he's rolling out
Not
this
this
one.
time.
Yeah, there you go. Roaring kisses. They make sure Roger has no chance for escape this time.
It's pretty big ults, though. That is a roar and kisses, but Bet Boom. Don't know if they want to fight without their man. What's he get? Still has shrapnel. Seconds. Keeping this high ground claimed. Closest game I feel like we've actually had in a very long time. It's just patience. Does he get the hook steal? Ooh, that was close.
Dahak knows, keeping it covered.
He's walking in. It's a bit of a risky place.
And same time, outsiders.
Drops down.
Tombstone. And of course, they can opt to walk away from this. They'll have the roar on Dahak. As he's getting taken down pretty low by Ramses, but force at the ready. Dahak's out to safety. That's Metamorphosis in a Tombstone down.
That's pretty huge. They just need to wait now. Bet Boom just has to play it patient. BKB on cooldown for their Pudge, but Meta, everything's on cooldown really for outsiders. And Roche, let's see what the timer's going to be. Minute and a half. Fortunate for outsiders, I'd imagine. Laurel's going to have Butterfly also finish now, too. Time to go. Yeah, Bet Boom, they know. With Meta on cooldown, this is their time to strike. Lanes being shoved in, though, makes this complicated. The summons, the conjure images, these boars, the Helm of Overlord. The wave's constantly shoved in. Roger again onto his favorite cliff.
He loves it up here. He loves it up here. It's
And
worked
hooked
out,
again.
especially when he's always got Dahak to keep him covered.
Yeah, they're playing it really nicely. I have to be honest. Yamich now shows himself.
And they're straight on top of him. Straight away in with the Dismember. That's Yamich gone.
Another one!
I think it's the hook.
Oh my. Dahak, what a monster.
And the GPK's in trouble as well. Roger noticed they're on top of him. It's going to be 3 dead on outsiders.
Oh my, I thought GPK didn't have buyback for a second. He actually has enough.
I mean, even
very
then, I
close.
don't know if he'll want to use it. I mean, Roshan's up in 30 seconds.
Did you see the hook, by the way, from Dahak? He hooked, and the Undying Force-staffed into it. He like, it was a little lucky from Dahak, of course, but you got to give him the credit for it. His bottom.
What? The Lotus?
Lotus.
Oh, that was an instant Lotus there. So now DM's got to back off. Ramses is going to go for the BKB TP there. Oh, blocking the hook. I guess even so, there was going to be creeps anyway blocking it, so unlikely he was going to be able to find the angle for that to stop Ramses' TP. DM's still around, though. But blink into the trees. DM will manage to escape, so the two of them get out of there.
They are so lucky to get out of there, honestly. Even the hook, of course, like you said, being blocked, but a big window still. They've got 30 seconds to make a move. And Roche is back up.
It's up, and they take it super quick.
Yep. Laurel, I
Damage
think he's
that
selling.
Sniper does.
He sold the Midas. He's now selling the Treads. He's almost at maximum potential now. And yeah, Butterfly, Ramsey's no true strike.
And is he anywhere close to having gold to be able to itemize it?
I mean, he can sell the Manta and he has it.
3,600, but he has what, just picked up the Swift Blink upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, if he sells Manta, he has enough, but...
Sure.
Broken Kisses. Getting information.
Can they put a stop to this?
I don't think they even want to try versus Enigma.
All right, and who's taking the benefits from this? Do you want to refresh it to Enigma, or do you want to
Refresher...
give it
I mean, I think you even give him the Ags. You give him maybe everything.
Certainly looks like it.
Yep. Ags Refresher on him, you give Aegis to Sniper. And now, Ramses, they actually see him. The Sword.
Roger, he's ready to start things off. He's going to turn him into stone. Notice he's going to jump in the BKB black hole. Oh, it's perfect there from Notice. The hacks him with the cleanup damage with the rock. That's exactly what they were looking for. And all down to the start up there from Roger, getting in, turning Ramses to stone. And the rest of outsiders, they just surround him, and it is just set up perfectly for Notice.
almost 5-man. He got 4, and then the Undying almost walked into it. But either way, I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Again and again, Roger somehow just always in the right place at the right time. This ward coming in clutch.
You got to first phase ban this man's Earth Spirit, I think, after
Seriously.
these first 2 games of this series.
They're forcing buybacks. Laurel, he's deep. He's really deep.
Oh, he's really but he has Aegis, he's got BKB, he's got Satanic. So he's got multiple ways to buy time for the rest of the team to come over and help out. Sheer buyback from Roger. Roger, he knows that he's needed.
Hawk's in.
He's in with a bite. Jump forward for notice. He's in with the BKB. He's a little short on the mana. Dahak still surviving, and Lyle, he's able to stand his ground, do the damage. Lotus thrown out onto Lyle will reflect the roar. Ramses bringing Lyle down low though. Lyle will fall. See if Ramses can clean up anything more. Roger's in. He's trying to get on top of the Terrorblade. Rolls forward, has the silence, the fear as well for the silence, pushing Ramses back for now, but it doesn't matter. Ramses still able to turn. Double kill, he's taken out the 4 of them. 4 dead on Betfu. As outsiders will hold. Did cost them quite a bit. 3 buybacks having to come into play there. Actually, no, 4, including Hakoda. So a quad buyback from outsiders, but it will push back Betfu.
It is a huge one. Noticed? Will be okay. Get some split push going before he goes back to base. A huge fight though. Ramses, he's able to just, I think, just hit Laurel the entirety of the fight. He does 10,000 damage, and if you look at Laurel, he only does 3K because I think it was like a sequence of him just getting disabled and disarmed constantly when he's trying to fight versus Ramses.
See what they can do with this push outsiders. They want to at least get some buybacks out in return from Bet-Boom after having to use buybacks themselves.
Middle tower is under attack.
Bet-Boom hanging on to theirs. 30 seconds still before Black Hole's available.
See what buybacks come out.
20. Level 25
They might just let a
also
set
on
of
Ramses.
Rex go.
They're gonna go for
okay,
more.
and they know, yeah, outsiders know they have to push for tier 4s if they want to get some of these buybacks out. As Dahak will respond.
They push fast though. Ramses has Frenzy on him as
They
well.
really don't want to buy back on these other 2. But they may have to.
They might have to.
Tier 4s, yeah, they've got to spend. They've got to buy back. They've got to buy back, unless this black hole's going to be something crazy. Notice he's in. He's got the black hole under the 2 of them. He's locking down Ramses. Ramses is going to be out of the game. Here come the buybacks to back up the black hole. As Ramses out for 2 minutes. Bet-Boom, they strike hard, and there we go. GPK is attempting to turn with a stolen black hole, but it's too late. Out of the game, 3 dead, no buyback. Bet-Boom, they're botsing over, and they're ready to close this game 2 up.
Ooh, that was a little scary for a moment there, but noticed. Comes in clutch again. Perfectly done. And yeah, now without Ramses, this game's over. GG.
There we go. GG,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen. Bet-Boom turning up today. Suneko picking up a rapier.
A rapier, of
finishing
course.
inventory, so it can
Yep.
look pretty.
Yep.
Yeah, 2-0 so far into this best of 5 against outsiders. I mean, Bet-Boom's just playing phenomenally. They're playing phenomenally. Outsiders, kind of in both of these games, trying something a bit different. Right, we had sort of the Quapags experiment in game 1. Game 2, the mid Rubik. GPK, he stole Black Hole a couple of times, but outside of that, it did feel like it just didn't have the impact that maybe they were hoping for when they went for this approach.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, he had, like you said, he had some decent showing, but overall, you could still feel the pressure of them. It felt like they were kind of lacking, you know, this like GPK Queen of Pain Invoker or something like that, something that he tends to pop off with. And yeah, Bet-Boom, it's just a really comfortable draft. The sniper last pick, I think, was like so perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
To counteract the Rubik, also to be really good to scale versus the TB, and they played it excellently. Have to give this MVP probably to Roger, even though there's like a 4 and a 5-man black hole. He's the one who kind of sets that stuff up.
I think that's how good he played.
Amazing. Yeah, this has been quite a tale for Bet-Boom. They're 2-0 versus outsiders. I don't think anybody could have expected this.
Dude, they're 1 game away from going to TI. So this is pretty insane stuff here for Bet-Boom, who are just coming in with these first 2 matches and